It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. Now here's your host, Geno Jones.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? It is Geno Jones Showtime. So I come to you live Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. You got that, 6:30. Hey, Chicago, 5:30 right about now. Live in Los Angeles, 3:30 p.m. Everybody out on the West Coast. Tell everybody to subscribe to the Geno Jones Show YouTube channel. Subscribe and share, screen grab, rip some of the video, like, and binge watch all of my back episodes, okay? We are fast approaching my 4th birthday. No, not mine personally. The Geno Jones Show turns 4 in October. So it's a month-long celebration. Programming note, there'll be no live shows from October 4th, which is a Friday, through October 10th, which is a Thursday. We come back live October 11th, and then we are rolling. We are rolling all the way through to the end of the year and the new year. It is a big show. So tomorrow, let me say this. Start off by saying this. Did you know that September is Take a Man on a Date Month? Yes, Take a Man on a Date Month. It actually exists. It's real. You can Google it yourself like I did. So I'm going to have 2 guests on tomorrow. They are entrepreneurs, two African-American women. One is an author and an entrepreneur. Another one is an entrepreneur in a different kind of business. Anyway, so they have partnered up and teamed up. And we're going to talk about this September because there's something else. They have another program that they put on every year. It's that time of year, something called cuffing. I'll let them tell you about it. And we tie it in. They're going to tie it into Take a Man on a Date Month. Like, if you don't have a man, take a potential new man out on a date. If you got a man, take him out on a date, which I think is a great idea. If you're in a relationship, I think we should all, especially if you've been in a relationship or marriage for a long, date your woman, date your man. Date him like you would date a side piece. Keep it exciting and fresh. You know what I'm saying? Yes, that's important. Take your man out on a date month. So take your man out on a date. And fellas, take your woman out on a date, all right? Get somebody to watch the kids and just get out and have a good time. So, but that's going to be on tomorrow. But the whole month, which I didn't realize. And here we are. Today's the 25th of September. And I just found out today that September is Take a Man on a Date month. So there you go. They got a month for everything. Trust me. I swear there is a month for everything. By the way, shout out to everybody watching me live. Please leave a comment or just say hi. If you're watching me live, let me know. Jump in my chat room. You'll see live chat. Just jump in there and type your name and say, hey, Geno, this is Sharon, and I'm watching you wherever. We're at the hair salon, or I'm at home. I'm watching you on my television, or I'm about to catch a flight. I'm at my gate, or I had my washing machine broke, and I had to find a laundromat in the neighborhood, and I'm sitting here waiting for my clothes to dry, and I'm watching you on my phone or my tablet. However you're watching me, it is all good, all good. Like I said, tell everybody to subscribe, share, screen grab, rip some of the video, make it go viral, like, binge watch all my back episodes, and leave your comments in the comment section for this and every episode. Happy birthday, Big Willie style. Will Smith, 56 today. And no, he didn't slap Chris Rock. So I guess that's one birthday card or one birthday call that Will did not get from Chris Rock. I'm assuming he probably didn't get a like, hey, bro, happy birthday. How you doing, man? How you doing? How you feeling? Have you slapped the taste out of anybody's mouth lately like you did me? I know. petty, messy. Happy birthday, Big Willie, 56. Scottie Pippen, 6-time NBA champion, Chicago Bulls. Scottie Pippen, 59. All right, Big Scotty, happy birthday, brother. Clifford Harris Jr. Now, if you are like a rap, hip-hop, especially if you really down with Southern rap, then you know who Clifford Harris Jr. is. But for everybody else, the rapper T.I., my man T.I. So I don't know how he got T.I. out of Clifford Harris Jr., but I guess it don't matter. T.I. is 44 today. Happy birthday, T.I. And actor, singer, brother's a comedian, writer, just like a Renaissance dude. Donald Glover. He went by the recording name Childish Gambino. And then he dropped that name. So Childish Gambino, Donald Glover, 41 today. So happy birthday to everybody celebrating a birthday. Now, on a somewhat sadder note, are you Prince fans? You remember Kat? She was a singer and a dancer, choreographer. She was in his movie Sign of the Times that came out way back in 1987. She was on his Sign of the Times tour, his Love Sexy tour. She was on his Black album. She actually recorded a song under like a different name than Kat. Her name is Kat Glover from Chicago, from the south side of Chicago. Rest in peace, rest in power, rest in paradise to Kat Glover. Her family released a statement. She died yesterday, only 60. Wow, man. So anyway, rest in peace to Kat Glover. And if you are a big Prince fan, like I said, if you saw the movie Sign of the Times, she was in that. She was on tour with him. She was like a little slim, light-skinned sister, probably about my complexion, but like a lot of energy, could dance. But people, if you are a Prince fan, you absolutely know who his dancer and background singer Kat, because she was a background singer and a dancer. Sister was super talented. So rest in paradise, my sister, to you. All right. Speaking of Prince, did you know he hit on Halle Berry back in the day? Now you're probably not surprised. You're saying, gee, come on. Prince was big pimping. Prince was a player. I mean, from what? From Vanity to Apollonia to Jill Jones and Sheena Easton and all the ones I can't, some say Cat, from all of them. Come on. Prince was pimping with his little short sawed-off self. But shout out to whoever his hairstylist was. Woo! Even women was like, damn, I can't stand that. I can't stand a man hair look better than mine. Who's your hairstylist, Prince? Listen, his style is the old school term, that perm, his butter was whipped. So anyway, yes, Prince hit on Halle Berry back in the day, but wait until you hear how it happened. It's not the way you think it was, because, you probably think, hey, what's happening? What up, Halle? Prince, what's up, babe? No, it wasn't one of them Bishop Don Magic Wand pimp moves, not at all. So Halle Berry was on Jimmy Kimmel Live, spilling all the tea, as they say, telling all her and his business. So she went to a Prince concert way back in the day. So she's at the concert having a good time, and all of a sudden somebody comes out, she said, with a piece of paper, literally, and gave her the piece of paper. And the paper had something that we all, if not all, many of us did, back in the day, second, third grade, you had a crush on a girl, a crush on a guy, and you get a sheet of paper, you write, do you like me? Check the box. Yes or no. So this is what Halle Berry said. So she was at Prince's concert, somebody gave her like a sheet of paper, and it said, do you like me? Check the box. Yes or no. So she said she checked yes. I like you. Sent it back. I guess, whoever brought it out said, hey, Prince told me to give you this piece of paper. So she sent it back. Later on in the show, dude comes out with another piece of paper. Halle Berry said, the paper said, would you go out with me? And then Halle says she never sent that paper back. So that note never got back to Prince. So he could have, who knows? He could have been husband number 4. So you had Eric Benet, David Justice, and Orlando, Hispanic dude. And now she's dating a musician, a brother named Van, but they didn't get married. She was like, I'm kind of done with marriage. You say 3 strikes, you're out. So she said, I done struck out. I'm done. I'm tapping out. And then she had a baby daddy. That dude, he was on the white dude from Canada. He turned out he was trying to pimp. So, yes, I guess Halle is, but she seems to be happy. You know, I see her posting with this brother named Van Hunt. You can Google Van Hunt. So I'm happy for Halle. But Prince, well, Prince was, but that was, how many of you are watching me right now can remember? I can't remember her name, but I think I did once. I took that sheet of paper and wrote, do you like me? Check the box, yes or no, and then folded it up and like slide it, put it on her desk or something. Okay, Prince, I ain't mad at you, brother. Rest in power. Prince is doing his thing. That's cute. Do you like me? Check the box, yes or no. All right, so once again, I want to shout out everybody watching me live. I see everybody's watching. Be sure to jump in this chat room and say hi. Shout out to Heather. Good evening. How are you, Heather? So listen, Vice President Kamala Harris, she gave a big economic speech in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, talking about the things that she is going to do when she becomes President-elect. Kamala Harris, as my grandmother, Jean Jones, who I'm named after, said, Jeannie, name it and claim it. You've got to speak it into existence. So she kind of recapped and reiterated everything she plans to do for first-time home buyers, $25,000 for a down payment for a first-time home buyer. For a child, the first year of your child, if you're having a baby, a newborn, a $6,000 tax credit for the first year of your newborn child's life. And after that, $3,600 a year child tax credit. Make them permanent. Partner up with some of the private industries to have developers build 3 million new housing units, new houses and apartment units. She's going to pass a law to where, or an executive order to stop these groceries, these grocers and oil companies, but especially these grocers. And listen, if you watch this show on a regular basis, I had been saying, really, since they really started gouging prices, because really, like, the grocery stores were kind of starting to do it when COVID hit. Can you believe 4 years ago this year? This show started right in the middle of COVID in October, end of September, October 2020. And then the first excuse that the CEOs of these grocery companies were using, well, there's a supply chain issue because, well, you know, we can't get, the grocers are stuck there in the warehouses and we're having issues with the truck drivers and they're getting COVID. So that was, and for a while, there was kind of like this log jam, this little backup in terms of just our supply chain with all kind of goods and services. So that was a legitimate problem, probably a little less than a year. But after that, after about a good year and a half, supply chain was good. The supply chain was unblocked, just like if, you constipated, somebody, gave the supply chain an enema or some, they chewed on some X-Lax or got some Metamucil and flushed the supply chain out. But these these CEOs and these big grocery companies, they kept jacking up the price on eggs and milk and chicken and all kind of stuff. And I said then, a lot of these CEOs that run these grocery companies and those on the board, a lot of them were trying to do what they could and make a profit, because they could get away with it, and they say, we really want Orange Hitler back in the White House because he'll give all these huge corporations and billionaires even bigger tax cuts and screw over the poor and working class. So these, a significant number. Now, I don't have the paper trail, but just common sense. And it was, some CEOs were very open in their support of Orange Hitler, AKA Donald Trump. So it wasn't a secret, because, you know, they got to a point where they weren't even trying to hide it, that they wanted this dude back in the White House. So what better way than to hurt the economy, because all the financial experts on CNBC and all the economists were saying, oh, it's going to be a recession because inflation had spiked up to like 9% about a year and a half, almost 2 years ago. Now it's like under 3%. A lot of that was intentional. A lot of these companies, gas companies, but specifically oil, and a lot of these big companies, folks on Wall Street, venture capitalists that went in and bought a lot of the homes. You had people who needed to sell their homes fast, whether they needed money or whatever. So you had a lot of these corporations, they were buying up homes and apartment buildings, and they were jacking up the rent. And there was even a story about there was a lot of these real estate companies or these developers who in real estate had developed apps to where they could basically rig the price when it came to people renting a home. And a lot of these venture capitalists and Wall Street people, dudes, with some women too, bought up all the inventory, bought up the houses. People tried to rent a house. Rents got crazy. They bought apartment buildings. People just trying to rent an apartment. And they kept jacking up and price gouging. But the grocery companies, the grocery stores, the grocery chains were the worst. Because as a matter of fact, they called in the CEO, former CEO, I believe, of Kroger. And dude had to come clean. He had to give up the ghost in front of Congress. He was like, yeah, we kept raising prices because we could. He admitted it. They had him under oath. The dude couldn't lie. He had to give up the ghost. And I was like, thank you, Mr. CEO for Kroger. Thank you for admitting to what I have been telling my viewers going on 4 years. So, Vice President, soon to be President-elect Kamala Harris says she's going to deal with that because she was specifically just dealing with economic issues, because so many polls, people talk, the economy is the number one issue. And it makes sense, because when it comes to like your money, and the rent's too damn high, you can't afford, you can't afford to buy a house nowadays. Our Gen Zs, the millennials, you got young people, coming out with master's degrees and can't find a job. So that's a whole different conversation. So just from an economic standpoint, giving people and families $25,000 for a down payment for a first-time home buyer, that's huge. And that's going to be really big in the black community. So once again, for all the black MAGA folks saying, well, she ain't done nothing for this and that, blah, 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 blah. Well, trust me, a very disproportionate number of black folks are going to benefit from getting a $25,000 down payment from the government so they can purchase their first home. And it's going to be a bunch of black folks having their first child, that $6,000 tax credit for that first year, and the $3,600 a year tax credit, it's going to help a lot of black folks. And brown folks and white folks and everybody else too. So Miss Me, she ain't doing nothing for black folks. And I just want to address something. So it was a conversation that was in my chat room. And I invite you, if you want to have a conversation or debate, you want to push back, feel free. And we can have a conversation on camera. Somebody was just talking about basically, the Democrats, Joe Biden is racist too. It's like, okay, if you are somehow trying to imply that Joe Biden is racist. Now, yes, I had a chance to interview the president personally, but just common sense. Whatever bias and racism he may have had in his past, if you've done your homework on President Joe Biden, he may have made some statements that were just kind of racially ignorant, just because, a white man, you've been walking around, of his age, you've been walking around with privilege all your life, white male privilege and patriarchy, so you really have never had to try to see the world through the lens of anybody else but a white man with privilege and power and money. But to imply, oh, he's racist too, to compare him to Orange Hitler, come on. I have to look at you sideways when you make that comment, because the people who were making a comment, I know that they're smarter than that. Okay, yes, do you have some racists who are actually part of the Democratic Party? Sure, or you got some Democrats who have some racist views, but if you are trying to compare this current iteration, don't talk about, well, the Republicans helped it. No. The Republicans that came out of the Civil War, and remember Abraham Lincoln, who, by the way, didn't free the slaves because he believed he was an abolitionist, which he wasn't. He wanted to win the war. But I digress. But yes, our ancestors, after the Civil War, the period of Reconstruction, they were Republicans primarily because Abraham Lincoln, who got the credit, the emancipation, basically freeing the slaves or our enslaved ancestors. But to somehow compare, because there's no more Republican Party, there's a MAGA cult. So trying to compare and say that somehow President Joe Biden is as racist as Donald Trump is really, you are insulting my intelligence. And I got to look at you sideways because I'm like, I know you're smart enough to know better. And if you're going to try to honestly, with a straight face, even though I couldn't see your face when you were posting that in my chat room, if that is what you are really going to try to tell me and stand on that 10 toes down, I got to look at you sideways. I'm like, okay, come on. Don't insult my intelligence. So either you are delusional or that you are just, on some different ish and just sticking to a lie that you know better and I know better. And don't insult my intelligence, because now I got a problem with you. We can't even have a conversation because you're going to try to insult my intelligence. Because you should know better. You probably do, but then you're going to try to somehow compare and contrast and say that Joe Biden is racist, no different than Donald Trump. Come on, that's ignorant. That's just ignorant. You got some other issues going on because you are just, as my grandmother said, you are lying, the truth ain't in you. Tell the truth, shame the devil. So I digress, but I wanted to point that back out because there was a conversation that got going in my chat room yesterday, but I appreciate it, but come on, stop. Come on, don't insult my intelligence. All right, we got about 41 days until Election Day, early voting. I think in Michigan, early voting starts. If it didn't start today, it starts this week. Don't wait until November 5th. Check your voter registration status because these people are playing games. You had a Governor Brian Kemp, that passed a law, and the Republicans that control the state house and the state senate in Georgia passed a law to where any random person can just randomly challenge you as a voter and just can kind of randomly pick out your name and challenge you and have you thrown off the voter rolls. Yeah, yes, that's real. So you got a lot of states playing a lot of funny games. So make sure, check your voter registration status. The Board of Elections for your county Your state, the state has every state has their own website, the official state website. Every county has a website to where here's the Board of Elections. So wherever you may be, it's called the Board of Elections. It will tell you the department that handles voting, voter registration. Check your voter registration status. It's really simple. Just whatever county you live in, Board of Elections, or maybe the state you live in, go to the website, just type in, check my voter registration status and type in your zip code. And you can find out. But make sure you do that and make sure you know, because folks are playing games, moving polling locations where you go vote. Oh, it's for real, and it's gonna get even crazier. Have a plan, and don't wait until November 5th. Go early and take everybody. My man Nelly say, take everybody with you. Rent a party bus like you going down to New Orleans, to the Superdome for the Essence Festival, like you was going to see Frankie Beverly back in the day. Get a caravan. They talking about a caravan. Get a caravan. Get all the bike club and the slingshot and the Corvette clubs and the Benz club and the BMW clubs and all the car clubs and everything else. The girls clubs, the fraternity sororities. Show up en masse and vote early. Do not play, and take folks, even that niece and nephew, that son or daughter, just chilling, sitting on your couch, just complaining. I can't find a job. I got this degree. Well, take your future in your hand. Get up and vote, because you may say, well, man, I don't mess with politics. I don't do politics because they all the same. First of all, no, that's a lie. And two, you may not do politics, but I promise you, politics will do you if the wrong people get in power. And they will do you bad. Don't take my word for it. Just read Project Google, if you can find it, Google Project 2025. Because they got a 922-page blueprint. Or they told you, they're telling you and showing you in writing how bad they're about to do you. They've already done women bad. Over half the population in America is women. And women have lost the right to decide what to do with their body, to decide whether or not they want to have children. And even if they want to have children, and God forbid if something happens with the pregnancy, miscarriage, ectopic pregnancy, which is like being pregnant, the fetus winds up in the fallopian tubes. I'm not an OBGYN, but there's so many complications that can happen where a woman will need to get things like, there's a procedure called DNC, like Google it. I'm not an OBGYN. I kind of remember the term, but DN, like DNC. But it's a procedure that women have to get in a lot of cases if they miscarry. It's a miscarriage because that fetus, that tissue, is not viable. Whatever fetus there was, it's a miscarriage. That means that fetus is dead. They have to get all that tissue out. Come on, man. Amber Nicole Thurman, young sister, 28 years old, had a 6-year-old son. Took the abortion pill, complications. She needed that procedure. She couldn't get it in the state of Georgia. She had to go to North Carolina. She came back. Bottom line is the hospitals in Georgia wouldn't treat her till she damn near bled to death. She wound up dying. Left a 6-year-old son. Okay? So stop playing. Because that could be your sister. That could be your daughter. That could be your woman. All right? It could be your aunt. Your niece. It could be your mother. So stop. Take this thing serious. And all fellas, don't listen. Banning 6-week abortion ban nationwide. They're gonna ban birth control too. Yeah, partner. Yeah, they're gonna ban birth control, all of it in every form. I know some of y'all, Mr. Bareback don't like to use condoms. Well, okay. You mess around, slip up, one night stand. Oh, I ain't mean it. Oh, I ain't mean for you to get pregnant. Oh, what we going? National abortion ban. She gonna have a baby. That's gonna be the end of that. So it's gonna affect a lot of men too. Or you could be in a relationship. You and your woman are trying to have a baby. God forbid, the complications with the pregnancy. She needs a procedure to save her life. She can't get it. You could lose a woman you love, okay? Don't play around with this. Don't F around and find out, please. Because I will close the show today again. Shout out to former Secretary of State, former First Lady, who really should have been our first woman president, Hillary Clinton, who I had no idea listens to the Geno Jones show. But I saw her about a week ago on TV. She said, this election is a choice between your freedom and your oppression. I said, well, I'll be damned. Hillary Clinton has been watching the Geno Jones show, because I've been saying for a good at least 3 years, 2+ years, this election season that we are officially already in right now in many states, it is a choice. It's not a popularity contest, and it's really beyond ideology. It is a choice between your freedom and the freedom of your family and your oppression and the oppression of your family. Period. Full stop. And everything that's in this Project 2025 that talks about how they're going to take away every right that everybody has unless you are a wealthy white Christian man, they printed it out. Forget saying it with your full chest. They so bold with it, they printed it out in writing. Big, thick ass, almost 1,000 pages. Don't play around with this. It is a choice between your freedom and your oppression. Sit this out. Let Orange Hitler get in. Brother, sister in your neighborhood winds up killed, murdered, like Brother George Floyd. You want to protest? And Orange Hitler sends the Marines and the Army Rangers and paratroopers into your city, and he gives them the order to shoot and kill you. And there's nothing that you or your family can do about it, because the Supreme Court has already said that any official act, and Orange Hitler would consider that an official act. He's already said that that's what he's going to do in Project 2025. Militarize the local police to end normal peaceful protest that you have a constitutional right to do, First Amendment right, but this is the dude that said, oh, I'm going to terminate. He's going to terminate the Constitution, and the Supreme Court said that any official act that he decides as official, that he has total immunity. So he can send the Marines in to shoot and kill black folks and brown folks and white folks who want to protest oppression and tyranny. Nothing you can do about it. Don't play with this, because it's your freedom and it's your family's freedom. And you got a cult that's coming for it, and they are hell-bent. They are 10 toes down in wanting to oppress you and your family and make you live the way that they want to. And the bad part is that they're not even living the way they want you to live, because they're big hypocrites. Like Big Doughboy, Mr. Pizza Man, Mark Robinson, the white nationalist in blackface, the black dude who engages in anti-blackness, lieutenant governor, running to be the governor of North Carolina, gets in front of churches and pulpits and peoples and talks about, and homosexuality and this transgenderism is filth. And then we find out, dude, you in porn sites talking about how much you love watching transgender porn. So which one is it? You condemn it and say it's filth, but you love it apparently. You paying to watch it. The hypocrisy. That's another thing. All right. Shout out to everybody. Andre Burnham. Andre, my brother, good evening. Thank you for watching once again. Hey, Heather, how are you? And everybody, all those watching me live, thank you so much. Spread the word. Hey, copy and paste this link, everybody that's watching me live right now. Everybody that's not just watching me, watching the recorded version of this show, doesn't matter. Copy and paste the link for me right now and paste the link in an email, in a text message. You can share the link. You can tag everybody you know, tag their page, share it on their page, all their social media platforms. Subscribe, share, screen grab. My goal is to get 1,000 additional. I'm approaching 1,000 subscribers now, but I want to get a 1,000 additional ones on top of the nearly 1,000 I have now. And that will allow me, that'll put me in a whole new category. I'm currently a YouTube partner, but I get like that 2,000 subscribers. Oh yeah. Then YouTube is gonna start breaking off that bag for a brother. So thank you for supporting Black-owned media. Thank you for supporting my media company, Geno Media. It is so important that we have Black-owned media because so we can tell our story and we can tell the truth. We can tell it the right way and we can tell it all. The good, the bad, the ugly, the full truth of our experience here in this country and globally too. That's a whole different conversation. So, but spread the word for me. Thank you. I really appreciate it. If you would like to be a sponsor, if you'd like to be an advertiser on the Geno Jones Show, I would love to have you. Shout out to those who supported the show, like CM, C like Charlie, M like Mary, CM Transportation, Miss Carissa Carter, big fans and just huge early supporters. One of my early sponsors of the Geno Jones Show, and specifically, so shout out to you, Miss Carter, CEO of CM Transportation. So please reach out to me. I have a Gmail, this Geno Jones Show at Gmail. You don't have to put just Geno Jones Show at Gmail. Reach out to me, leave me a message right here. Thank you for letting me be a part of your life. As always, God bless each and every one of you, and especially you, God, most of all. Thank you for letting me do the Geno Jones Show live, Monday through Friday, 5 days a week, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. That is 6:30 p.m. in New York, 6:30 in Philly, 6:30 in Atlanta, 6:30 in Miami, 6:30 in Charlotte, 6:30 in D.C., 5:30 p.m. Chicago Central Time, 5:30 New Orleans, 5:30 Houston, 5:30 Memphis, 5:30 Minneapolis, St. Louis, Milwaukee. Detroit City is on Eastern Time. So Detroit City, 6:30 p.m. live in Los Angeles, 3:30 p.m. San Francisco, Oakland, Berkeley, San Jose, Bay Area, Portland, Oregon, where my firstborn daughter and my son-in-law, and Brooklyn, the Bulldog are. Seattle, Washington, 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time live, Monday through Friday. Subscribe, share, screen grab, like, binge watch all my back episodes. And please leave your comments in the comment section for this show, this episode, and every episode. Please leave your comments in that comment section for me tonight. Do it right now. The show's about to end. So don't forget to leave your comments in the comment section. And then go back and binge watch all my back episodes and leave your comments for those episodes and those shows. Leave your comments in the comment section for each and every episode. Thank you very, very much. Shout out to Mr. Markel Bailey, the official barber and hairstylist for the Geno Jones Show, CEO of Designer Cuts here in the Charleston, South Carolina metro area. Check him out on IG, Instagram, Kel be cutting up, because Kel be cutting his you know what up. KELBECUTTINUP. Allie Jones is the official wardrobe consultant and stylist for the Geno Jones Show. I like to call her the drip director. So you can check her and her collection out. Her Lexi Jones collection, fashion designer, future superstar. Check her out. LX, that's L like Lexi, X like extra dot, N like Nanette, C like Charlie, L like Lexi, underscores that little dash behind the second L. On IG, on Instagram, LX.N like Nanette, C like Charlie, L like Lexi, and Bruce Gage. The Mario Cuomo collection. This shirt, this leather shirt, is not a jacket. It's actually a shirt. I could wear it as a jacket. Part of the Mario Cuomo collection. Also check out the Flyball collection on Instagram. Mario Cuomo. So Cuomo is an Italian surname, so it's Mario, M-A-R-I-O. Search on Instagram, M-A-R-I-O, U like umbrella, O like Oprah, M like Mary, O like opera, Mario Cuomo, U-O-M-O, on IG, on Instagram. All right, everybody, thank you for watching. The next live edition of the Geno Jones Show is going to be Thursday special show. I got, as a matter of fact, my guest is going to talk about this cuffing, and we're going to talk about September being National Take a Man on a Date Month. That's right. Take your man on a date tonight. Take him out to dinner, and we're going to talk about that and so much more. It's going to be a fun show. It's going to be fire. It's going to be hot. You don't want to miss it. Every show is like that. Spread the word. Subscribe to the channel. Screen grab. Rip the video. Make it go viral. Create a viral moment for me. You have my permission. Create a YouTube short and put it right here. Or just screen grab, rip some video and put it up on any platform. Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, X, Threads, Facebook. It don't matter. Or YouTube, Snapchat. Whatever you... TikTok, whatever you rocking, create that little viral video from the show, screen grab some of it, and make it go viral on your social media platforms. Shout out to all of my influencers. I'm looking to partner up with some of you all. Reach out to me on Google. That's Gmail, Google, Geno Jones Show at Gmail, or leave me a message right here on the YouTube page. But you can always email me, Geno, just Geno Jones Show at Gmail. All right, so I'm looking to partner with some of my, some of the influencers, and have you come on the show. I'm building my network, so reach out to me, okay? And we can do some business, and partner up on some stuff. Holla at your man. Thank you for watching, everybody. I love everybody so much. Thank you, everybody watching me live. We'll see you Thursday, 6:30 p.m. right here on the Geno Jones Show YouTube channel. Now, if you missed any of this episode, go back and binge watch this and every episode. Don't forget to like and leave your comments and share this episode.
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.